Dang, you flew out of.
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
And then yeah, so he's done a few other like documentaries, which has got him like the Cannes Dolphin, Cannes Lion, and
Wow.
yeah. But the thing that he really wants to do is he wants to do like fiction feature film, and that's what he's like really working towards. But yeah.
Do you ever help him out? Like, you ever act in one of his
Oh,
pieces or anything? Or
I'm really bad at acting. I tried, and he was very honest with me. He was like, "No."
Dang.
Yeah. But because he travels so much, like for his documentary shoots, like literally like all over the world, like Mongolia, Madagascar, like
Such a fun life.
everywhere. And so, in order for me for him to justify to his team to fund me coming along as well, I also need to have a role, right? So I trained up as a soundie.
The boom person.
Yeah. The sound as a soundie to be able to travel with him on his like documentary shoots, and then on his like short films, like where it's like with actors and stuff. That's when. So I'm a architect by trade, so I use that to then do production design. So I did production design on some of his short films.
So you always have a little influence there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Speaking of architect, is that what you're doing out here in Korea?
No, I don't work.
Yeah,
I'm.
me too.
I'm.
Me too.
Yeah. I'm a. We are Peksu.
Yeah.
Peksu. Yeah. We are Peksu. Yeah.
Do you want to? Is it like a choice?
No, I
Just
don't want to
chilling?
work.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to work. Thankfully, my husband retired me. So, yeah. Yeah. It was. Yeah. I mean, I do like miss like, kind of that like, that hustling kind of motivated like living kind of thing. I do sometimes miss that, but I don't think the stress was worth it.
Really? Stressful being an architect?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
I feel like it'd be chill, but I don't know. I don't think I know any.
I think the problem with architecture is that it's a very like backwards traditionalist field, in that there's still like it's kind of like Korean working culture.
Really?
But the architecture worldwide has like that Korean working culture
Oh, that
kind
sucks
of
then.
in it. It's very hierarchical. It's very like you don't do it because it's the fastest or the best way to do it. You do it because that's what you have to do. Like, like even if there's a better design, better way of like solving this design problem, you need to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, blah, blah, just to be able to show the client like, like we put this many hours into your project kind of thing.
Gotcha.
It's like
Yeah.
very inefficient.
And that's like across the world. That's like
Yeah.
the architect culture, not British culture.
Yeah,
architect. Oh, okay.
yeah. It's across the world. Like, like overtime is never paid for. Overtime is almost like, overtime is almost like used as kind of like a trophy. Because like that field like gaslights you into believing that like you like working so hard and you working such long hours, it's feeding into that image that of that like that being like that pretentious like, oh, I'm an architect, like my work is everything, like I am so like I'm creating spaces, and like it's like so pretentious, but it's so toxic at the same time.
It's almost like it's trying to get like give you an ego almost.
Yeah, it's like they make you believe that working overtime, overworking yourself is something to be celebrated, is something to be like worn as a medal.
It does sound very Korean.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got like severely burnt out.
Yeah. How long did you do that for?
So like with becoming an architect it takes a very long time. So you study and work. So altogether maybe about 12 years.
Oh wow, you were.
Yeah.
Dang, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's a rough.
And
12
like
years.
they say, a young architect is 40 years old. Yeah.
Dang, and you were doing it before you were 30.
Yeah, because I like really bought into that kind of culture of like, like, oh, how amazing of an achievement would it be if like I became an architect way before like the average person does. Like how, like, like I was super like competitive, and like I'm a people pleaser. I'm like kind of, I'm like, I have, these are like my bad traits. Like I'm very like a 극단적인 person, which is like I'm very like all or nothing. I don't have like in between kind of, and so like I was like, for example, when you like apply to university, like you can apply to like maybe like 4 or 5 universities, and then whichever one you get into, that's you go into that, and then you have like a backup plan, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
for me, I was like, it's all or nothing, and so I just picked. I knew where I wanted to study. I picked that one, and I didn't put in any other of the choices. Like that kind of like it's all or nothing. Again, with like the work company, I was like, it's either this company or nothing, and like I chose the hardest, most notorious like company to work in just for the prestige. Like I really like, yeah, I was really foolish with kind of buying into that whole like culture of like be that suffering artist kind of thing. And then yeah, and then like I really paid for it big time. Like still suffering from like the backlash of the burnout. Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. I mean, now you're just chilling, so yeah. Dang, would you want to work out here in Korea?
No.
Yeah,
I
I
have
feel
heard.
like I knew the answer.
I have heard the nightmares, horror stories of.
Do you have any friends or family that work here in Korea?
Oh yeah, my friends. I have a few friends. Actually, my friend who I brought to church the other Sunday. I don't know whether you saw her, but yeah, like she always tells me about.
It's a horror story.
Yeah.
No, you would never work Korean. I mean, I don't think I would either. It's weird. I think that's something no one ever really thinks about, because I think in terms of like, especially American culture, like no one culture is perfect in our own like work toxicities and whatnot. But I think when it comes to like a really truly toxic environment, a lot of people think Japan.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I don't think everyone understands how bad it'd be outside of Japan, because I tell people all the time, friends, family, like how bad like Korean work culture is, and no one ever thinks about it.
But I also know American work culture is really really bad. Like
It's
as well.
yeah. I think from my end, oh man, every job I've had, it's been bad. Not bad, but like not good. Like, oh man, like my last job, people coming in drunk, I'm like skipping work. I worked hard, but like I definitely did my own things. Like I would constantly like leave early, sometimes hours early, because like I was working overnights.
Oh yeah.
And so, like, I had this good setup with one of my buddies there. It's my boy Greg. Our big thing, because there was always 2 people at night and then a security guard sometimes. And again, I was working night shifts at a homeless shelter. So 90% of the time it was chill. When the 10% it wasn't, it was crazy. But the other 90% were pretty cool. And so, like, his big thing that I would hook him up with is that he would go and take a nap somewhere for like a few hours, and then he'd come back, and then I would be like, all right, you know what? Can I leave like 2 hours early, Greg? And he'd be like, yeah, you're fine, you good. So like we always had like our own ways. I wasn't never doing anything dumb, like I said, seeing people get drunk, or knew a guy that was like dealing drugs on site. But yeah, Americans, yeah. But I think the most toxic thing about American work culture everywhere is that you kind of like, most of my friends, you need like a second job, or you need a second source of income.
Oh really?
So it's rather you're working overtime all the time, or you do have a second job. Like most of my friends were like that. Like I wasn't, but I was working overtime. I take that back. I was working a lot of overtime, and even when I lived with my parents before Korea, I was still working overtime because I had to, and I was trying to fund, my dream here. But yeah, I don't know what like toxic about British culture, but
Oh no, like the my experience with like working with Americans is that like
did you ever work with a lot of Americans?
yeah, but I because so I worked my company was Foster and Partners, and Foster and Partners are like the go-to architecture firm for Apple. So we designed, the Apple Cupertino like headquarters and all the Apple like flagship stores around the world. So we work with like Apple, like the senior people in Apple a lot, and they never take a break.
Really?
Yeah, I think they only get like 10 vacation days a year,
That's nothing.
but they don't even take it.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's like super like, so my experience of working with Americans is like work is everything for them.
Interesting. I definitely know it, like, generationally it can be. Like, I definitely know more than enough people who are like, I work to live. Like, that's what I'm here for. I work to go into work and then go home. That's it. I'll stop working in 40 years when I'm retired, which I can't stand. I don't know. I don't know anyone that's retired that isn't working. Toxic work culture.
So my impression of Americans were like, oh, workaholics, really hard workers, but like really, like, like merciless when it comes to like giving people breaks.
Yeah, it can. I definitely can see that. I can see that. Yeah, that's rough. But I mean, maybe to a degree better than Korean culture.
Oh yeah, yeah. At least there's no like bullying and stuff.
Yeah, there's no bullying. There's no quiet. Because there's like certain things I know within Korean like work culture, like quiet firing. I think is how it is. Because like as you probably know, like it's really hard to get fired in Korea.
Is it? I don't know.
It's really really hard. There's just a lot of like laws that protect the employees themselves. And so one thing within like, I'm gonna say quiet firing, but I think it's a different term. But like the way they like kind of like push you to quit is like they isolate you. Like they give you like a desk in the corner of the room. They start giving you less work assignments because it's a very shame-based culture too.
Yeah.
You know? And so they want to like shame you into quitting because no one wants to look bad in front of the company or their bosses.
Yeah.
And so, like as an American, if I heard that, that's pretty cool. And I know a lot of people like.
I
that
would
too.
milk that situation.
Exactly, dude.
I'd be like, okay, thank you.
Like, cool. I'm just gonna scroll Instagram all day. Cool. Maybe I'll quit next year or something.
Yeah.
It's my time to take off. Like, like maybe a little bit lower pay. Like they won't give you overtime. You wouldn't be invited to like company like hangouts. 'Cause that's a Korean like work culture things. Like going out with like their bosses, employees like almost every day. Yeah. I would milk that. That would be awesome. I wish that would happen.
Yeah. Why would that be a bad thing?
I don't get it either. I don't get it either. But yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, it is what it is, though. Do you ever like? How often do you travel with your husband? I want to go back to that actually. Because if you are like an official, like the soundy,
Yeah.
I
Well,
feel like it'd be easy, maybe.
nowadays he's doing less documentaries because he's got a big project going on in Hong Kong. So nowadays, like we're traveling much less, like to these kind of exotic places, but to Hong Kong we're traveling like he travels once a month and I travel with him like maybe once every 3 months or something. Yeah.
You guys seem close.
Well, me and my husband?
Yeah.
Of course.
Of
course.
I've seen people that weren't like fake it till you make it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Even Koreans like. Sometimes it's almost like just like a status thing. Like it's like, oh, I got married because that's just the next thing you do.
Oh, right. Yeah. I see. Yeah. Yeah, that was actually a huge culture shock for us.
Really?
Yeah. Like marriage in Korea is a huge culture shock for us because like we like kind of like where we're from like our church family back in London, our friends within the church and stuff, like super like family orientated, and the core of the family is always the husband and wife kind of. It's really like that's what we like truly believe is like where kind of the joy in marriage comes from is when the husband and wife are like truly like one. But then we came to Korea and it's like people get married and it's like expected that you aren't happy in your marriage. And even like Christians, like
Really?
yeah, even Christians, like I expect that from non-Christians wherever you go, right? But like even Christians, they're like once they have kids, it's just like by default the dad, the husband gets his own room.
Really?
Yeah, and he sleeps in his own room, and the mom sleeps with the kids.
That sucks. I wouldn't want
Yeah.
that. No, kids get their own rooms.
Yeah.
Me and the wife get our own.
And like and
heck?
like the mom sleeps with the kids even until like age 12 or something.
Really?
And so for like, imagine like you get married and then you have a kid, and then for the next 12 years the husband just sleeps in his own room.
That's miserable.
That's miserable. What kind of marriage is that?
That doesn't sound happy
And
at all.
how do you not like fall out of love if you're in that kind of setup, right?
Yeah, seriously.
But that's like by default. And then so the husbands kind of just like run with that one mindset in mind of, oh, I am the provider. I'm, my joy in life must be, taking care, making sure that my wife and children are provided for, that they live comfortable lives. And that is what fulfills my role as a man. And that's what I should be getting joy out of. And then, but I'm like, to my cousin does that. All of the friends I met in Sejong do that. And then I'm just trying to be like, what about sex?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah,
The,
that's a pretty important part of marriage.
guys need, like, yeah, like, what about physical intimacy? Like, what about, and then I don't know whether they're just being naive or whether they've just been, like, so, like, brainwashed into this being normal, but they're like, no, we're just, like, friends now.
That's horrible.
I know!
I hate that.
No, marriage isn't being just friends. You
Yeah.
need to be, like, loving each other. And, like, what happens when your kids grow up and, like, they leave the nest? Like, you just have you two. Like, you need to build that relationship.
More than best
you need
friends,
to
yeah.
build that love. Like,
That's the love of your life.
Yeah.
It should be the love of your life.
yeah, but it's like once the kids come into the equation, like, the women, they just, like, the kids become everything. And I think that's also, like, problematic to why, like, like, you hear of these, like, also horror stories from, like, our international friends who are, like, English teachers, of how, like involved the moms are with their kids' education.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's like,
The moms, not just the parents, the moms control the
yeah,
schools.
yeah.
It's weird.
I think it's because they just aren't getting laid enough. I think they need to put a lot of that energy into their husbands and less into their kids. Like, yeah, it's just...
Might be a hot take, might be a real take. I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. I'm just saying.
That's a clippable moment, Mark.
Yeah. Like, yeah, put a lot of that energy into your sex life, women. Like, less into your kids. Your kids are going to grow up fine. Stop getting involved. Yeah.
Tell my wife. I'm taking mental notes for that too, whenever I meat her.
Yeah. And so I really don't get that kind of... Yeah, and then people are always like, oh, you and Anatole are... My husband named Anatole. You and Anatole are, like, really lovey-dovey and stuff because you don't have kids yet. It's like, no, that's not the reason. Like, because my parents, they are lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
Like, after 30 years of marriage, my friends, my pastor, back from London, they have 4 kids and they are lovey-dovey. Like, like, it is possible. Like, stop gaslighting,
It's not like, it's not like I don't even know. It's not like just something to do. It's like
Yeah.
every successful marriage I've seen, like, they love each other. It's mutual and it stays, again, it's successful. So they're married for
they're
20, 30,
intentional
40
about
years.
it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you need to be married. It's just like you find someone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just you are then in that next step of life.
Yeah. But also, like, on the other side, like, from like conversations with my single friends, like, their kind of idea of finding a husband is so messed up as well.
Really?
Yeah, it's not about, like, first becoming, you loving that person for who they are and being, like, best friends with them, that you want to spend the rest of your life with them. No, it's, what is his job? Like, how tall is he? Like, what do his parents do?
These kind of, like, shallow,
Yeah,
superficial.
what school did he go to? Like, all of these, like, it's like tick boxes. And then if someone ticks all the right boxes, then you get married. And it's like, I don't
love.
know.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's just so messed up.
That makes me sad. Dang.
But, like, and the women, they're always like, oh, like, I'm not getting any attention from men because I'm not pretty enough. And it's like, what? It's not about looks. It's about like personality. It's about like, yeah, sure, like you don't have to be the most attractive person in the world, like, but to the right person, you will be the most beautiful person in the world. It's not about being the most prettiest, like, you know? Yeah, it's just so messed up. Yeah.
Dang. Wow, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Dang. How do you like? What do you say? Do you just say everything you just said to like your friends and family?
Yeah. To the married ones, I'm like, go your husbands. And to the non-married ones, I'm like, you are pretty. Find someone who loves you for you. Don't try and change yourself. Yeah. But when I say these things, they laugh at me.
Really? Those are what's important, though.
Yeah, but they laugh at me as if I'm not in touch with reality. Like they're like, you know how adults, they kind of belittle, sometimes children say really wise, true things,
Yeah.
right? But adults are like, oh, they don't know life yet. They don't know reality yet. They don't know what life is about yet. And then so they just brush off. Like,
Well, even like your single friends?
yeah.
Even though you
well,
are the one married happily?
yeah, because they brush it off because they think I didn't grow up in this society, that I don't know what the reality of this society is. But actually, I think the reason, like, the problem with Korea being such a homogenous society is that they think this very small pond is it.
Yeah.
But there is oceans and there are seas and rivers, right? And if you have seen and swam in those oceans and seas and rivers, you'll know that at the end of the day, wherever you go, human behavior and human, like the way society works is pretty much similar wherever you go, right?
A little different, but not really.
Little different, but not really, right? And then the core truths are always applied the same. But because they think that this little pond that they've lived in is everything, and just because I haven't grown up in this little pond, that I don't know what I'm talking about. So that's why they laugh and brush.
I seems to think kind of like along with that, it sucks that they laugh because, again, I think you have a lot more experience. I've been thinking a lot this recently that like Koreans kind of like seem to think like, I don't know if I can say this backwards or not, but like Koreans are like this, like these like aliens that are like different from everyone else, or vice versa. Like the foreigners are like some aliens. Where it's like, I can't tell you how many times I've had like conversations with like Korean friends about really anything, and I'm like, guys, I'm not like a foreigner, but like I'm just a normal person. At the end of the day, yeah, I'm not Korean, but again, I'm not like an alien. I'm just a normal guy. Grew up a little bit differently than you. You know, like one aspect is I've heard, and I heard this a few times on. Actually, a little bit everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and one other, like, interracial, I guess, couple or international couple. Korean girl, foreign guy. But then again, like, every other influence. And that's, like, people always bring up cultural differences between, like, a Korean and then their foreigner spouse. But a lot of times, hearing these spouses talk, where most people are like, it's not really a cultural thing because we're still just, like, normal people. It's, like, it's the things that don't make it work out is, like, again, not cultural differences, it's people differences. Take, like, I think we know, like, in Korean society, specifically, like, in couples, like, it's pretty normal, somewhat, to be texting all day, every day, you know? And then, like, if something doesn't happen, and one couple on Instagram that I'd seen mentioned that, and we're like, I do that. The Korean lady was like, I do that. Not because I'm Korean, because that's who I am as a person. It has nothing to do with my society where I grew up. It didn't work out between me and, like, some past exes because that's just a people difference, not a cultural difference.
Yeah.
And so it's like weird that, like, again, I don't know if I should say Koreans are the aliens or us foreigners are the aliens, but like, yeah, Koreans again like really think like it's Korea and it's the world. Because even like in content creation, something I like when I just started, some friends were like, "Well, are you making this advertising for like Koreans or not?" And I'm like, "Well, like the world's a lot bigger than Korea. Like it's kind of for everyone. And it's of course I speak English and Korean. And give me another year. It could be a little more. This will be more in Korean. But like yeah, like it's marketed really towards whoever. I definitely like in regards to like expats or people who grow up outside of Korea. Really anybody just giving input about living here, about being here, or even again outside of Korea. But like they've always said that it's like, well, are you marketing to Korea? Like you should be doing Korea. I'm like, the world's a lot bigger than Korea. Like I'm more like focused on like spreading outside of Korea. Like again, like Korea is not like this alien like civilization that's like weird. They're still just normal people. And of course, again, everyone grew up a little differently, but like I'm still human.
Yeah.
I'm still human. You're a guy. I'm a girl, or vice versa. Yeah.
It's interesting that you mentioned that because like because I'm like kind of on I've got both feet in
Yeah.
the
You got
in,
two different nations
right?
right there. Yeah.
And so when I'm with my Korean friends and like the what I sense in how they act, how they speak and stuff in regards to like non-Koreans, I also feel that like there's that kind of alienation. But then I get nervous because I'm like, do the like non-Koreans feel that like that Koreans do that to them?
I know for myself.
Yeah.
Or if you can go on, sorry.
Yeah, like I hope they don't, like because this is really weird, but like they're doing this, and I hope the other side doesn't notice it because this is weird. But you said you do.
I feel like I do. I think I'm just really observant as a person.
Yeah.
And so I do. I don't address a lot, mainly for the fact that I just don't care about a lot. But like I noticed it with some. I don't want to give like names or anything. I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know. It's hard. Actually, here's an example. I went to hang out with. I'm trying to say this without being like slandery or gossipy. A group that I had been invited to by another friend, in this community that I was already a part of, and now I'm just getting to meet these like strangers. Mind you, all spoke English, just no one wanted to for some reason. And it's just like there's just this weird vibe where it's like it's known like, oh, he's a foreigner, like we can't connect with him, and so it's hard. And then like addressing that with that same said friend after, she just kind of brushed it off, and then like it's hard to describe because there are people who are like aware too, like my really close friend of mine that lives in Suwon, Korean. He travels everywhere, and he's actually he's more American than me, and he's like. Kind of mentioned something like what we've been talking about, but he said too, it's like, yeah, like people are just people. Like Jalen, you're like just a normal guy. I'm just a normal guy. I don't know why Koreans like think like you're not or that I'm not. It's a very unique experience. Yeah. So like again, I notice it. I know like sometimes it's obvious for like the only cultural difference I think that matters, and that is the language barrier. Because obviously you can't really communicate if you don't speak a similar language, and that's fine. That's like normal. But it's definitely something I noticed, and I think just people need to travel more.
Yeah.
They need to get out of this bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, go see the world, experience a lot. They need to, hopefully this doesn't sound rude, but like grow up more. It's like the world isn't any country, not just Korea. It's not just America. It's not just Mexico, Russia, France, England. It's like the world's a big place, and it's a cool place. I think everyone needs to get out and experience it more. Because I even know my last like year and a half, learned a lot, experienced a lot, and it's been a fun experience traveling all over the world. But even to what we were just saying, like people are still people, no matter what. Just different language, different food, different public transportation, different everything. But people are still just people.
I think this is not just a Korean trait though. I think it's an East Asian trait.
Really?
Yeah. I think Japan is more severe in this. Yeah, Japan is more severe in this. Whenever I go to Hong Kong, I feel this as well. Like Chinese are also like this.
Really?
Yeah. So, and I was thinking like, why is it? And I think because like, in terms of like civilizations, like you have like obviously like the European sphere, the West, and then all the countries that it's influenced, right? And then so there is almost like this kind of mutual understanding in the sphere that Europe colonized or Europe allied with or Europe fought with, right? And then there's like and that goes for like South Asia and the Middle East as well, right? But then East Asia, it's like they were very like kind of, it's like their own, they weren't like their civilization kind of developed in its own kind of universe.
I see. I can see that.
Without that
I
kind
can see
of
that a lot.
Western colonial like influence, or like maybe in Hong Kong and stuff, but that was also like pretty late on, like late 1800s, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And like Korea only opened its like doors like fully to like overseas travel and stuff in like the 20th century,
Yeah.
right? And Japan as well. It's like they're very self-sufficient. So I think because of that lack of exposure and that lack of like trade, I guess, like cultural trade, I think it's still very new. So I don't think there's like ill intent on an individual level for that kind of behavior, that alienation. But I think it's just kind of, it will take time. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I definitely see that too. Because I think the most I've seen it, again, I see it a lot in Korea, but I still feel like, I don't know if I've seen it like Tokyo. I went to like Japan, like, I guess it was different because I was going to visit, so I didn't really care. Versus here, I live here. But the big one I definitely noticed is in China. I went to Chongqing, so like in the middle of it, and yeah, there was like no Western influence. I saw like a McDonald's, a KFC, a Burger King, and then I think that maybe an Apple store. That's it. Versus here, we're like, there's Tim Hortons on the corner. You know, there's a 7-Eleven down the street. Like Western influence is at least here. But yeah, in China, I definitely like noticed that way more.
Yeah.
Walking around, I'm like the only like white guy I'd see all day. Yeah, it's definitely like I can see that more there too.
But it's not just like these commercial exchanges and trade. I'm talking about like, you know, like cultural like migration of people like immigrating to back and forth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, where it's just like, yeah, because China is just China, or like Korea's.
Like you don't really have like people in the West. You don't have a long history of people from Europe or Africa or the Americas like coming into the East Asian countries and like living enough that there's like 2 or 3 generations
Oh, I see what you mean.
in
Okay,
here,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. I see that. That's real.
So we're trying to break that. Yeah.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
Yeah, we're trying to break that. We're trying to expose each other to each other
Yeah.
and to show that we're all people.
Just normal people.
Yeah, we can be friends. Yeah.
Do you think like you face that too, like in England?
In England? Like, what do you mean?
Is like England, or at least specifically where you're from, pretty homogenous? 'Cause I mean, like I think like for myself, like America, it's super diverse. Like there's all kinds of people living on one street. Like it's not like a big deal. No one really cares. But like, and now of course, like obviously Korea, like I don't know. I've seen like 2 other foreigners in this whole building.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, is it like as homogenous? Where you from specifically?
Like where I grew up, Bournemouth, is like it's pretty international, but in terms of like it's okay. So because UK is like they have a long history of colonizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
So
the UK. They ruled the world at one point.
they're used to, you know, foreign peoples, but I think this kind of like division or like, you know, the other day I told you about like British classism. Like so that is very, very like deeply ingrained in British society, and it's kind of how people are weighed, and it's how the society functions, right? In the UK. But even though I grew up basically my whole life in the UK, I speak like a Brit, I think like a Brit, like the only difference is I have Asian features, face, right? And I know Korean food. But yeah, but nonetheless, like I spent my primary school, secondary school, university, everything in the UK. Still, I have never been subjected to that classism thing. And which is a good thing, I think. Like I don't need to like worry about like whether I'm like, you know, like where I sit in the hierarchy.
Yeah.
But like it's just a matter of fact is that proves that I'm never fully one of them. Yeah, like I'm still Yeah, you're a different being.
Kind of like what you, like 1 foot in
Yeah.
and 1 foot in another country.
Yeah, yeah, you're still, yeah,
You're still Korean.
you're still a different being kind of thing. Yeah, and also I want like American racism is like really famous, right?
Yeah.
It's on the
Yeah.
news,
Yeah,
it's on
it's
TV,
everywhere.
it's on film. Everyone knows about American racism,
Yeah,
right?
really.
Yeah, everyone knows about American racism.
I do because I'm in America. But like,
Yeah.
from like your perspective. Really,
Yeah, of
all the
course.
way across
America
the
is
pond.
famous for racism.
Yeah, interesting. Good to know. I never heard it like that. I guess. Yeah.
But I also want to say a strong contender is UK racism.
Really.
But the UK racism is very, very smart. Like
How so?
American
break
racism.
it down.
Yeah, American racism is like in your face. It's like, oh, like you beat someone up because you don't like the way they look, or you call someone out, or you there's systemic racism in place, which is really obvious. And so like there's like redlining, and there's like job opportunities and things like that. But in the UK, it's like very subtle. It's very subtle, so that you can never be called out, but you can continue doing it without being called out. Like for example,
Maybe like you don't like a specific group of people, and so you say like, I run a restaurant that's not halal or something.
no, it's more subtle than that.
More
It's like,
subtle,
yeah,
wow.
for example, even like really minute stuff. Like I go to a shop, I buy something, the product is damaged, right? So I want to return it, right? A white person goes to return it, and obviously the policy will allow for that to be returned, but whether I can return it or not will be completely on the whim of whoever's behind the cashier. If they don't like me because I'm Asian, they'll never say it's because I'm Asian, but they will come up with a myriad of reasons why they will basically just bullshit different policies out of their ass to make sure that I have the most difficult time returning the item.
Okay, I see.
But they'll never say that the real reason is because I'm Asian, right? And like like just making lives that much more difficult, bringing up these like bullshit bureaucracies to make me settling in that much harder. But the real reason is because I'm Asian, right? Mm-hmm. But they will never say that, because if they do that, that's illegal.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So they'll come up with all these really clever ways to carry on this like segregation.
Yeah.
But they will never. They will make sure that it's never down to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Give you a hard time.
Even like with schools, the teacher will not like me because I'm Asian.
If I may ask, have you like experienced?
Yeah,
things like
of
that?
course.
Oh.
Some teachers, they just don't like that I'm Asian, but I'm their student at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But they will mark me down, for example, or even if I score just as high as some other kids, they will deliberately not put me in that higher class. They'll keep me in the lower class, and they'll keep gaslighting me and saying, oh, it's because you're lacking in this and this and this, when the paper says otherwise. But they will just keep making this. But at the end of the day, they are in authority, so I can't fight back.
Yeah.
That kind of, yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, you can't like call them out on it. They do it so that you can't call them out on it, but it's
Just
there.
being just finessing the system
Yeah.
just enough to where you can't do anything. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's quite a difference between American racism
it's
and.
very clever racism.
Dang.
Yeah.
What else do you think about America?
Oh, what else do you think about America?
Yeah, I'm curious.
I think about, how do you guys live past 50? Like,
Nice.
based on what
Yeah.
you eat. Like, seriously? Like, you guys
Yeah.
eat as if you have free healthcare.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's true. I don't know either, man. I don't know. It's concerning sometimes. I think our generation's a little more like conscious,
yeah,
a little
it's
more
better.
aware.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just America. I think enables too much is one thing.
But I love like the deep South culture. I love that twang. I love like the cowboy like hat, the boots, the black buckle, and how they say like "thank you, ma'am," and
Thank you,
like
ma'am.
"thank you, ma'am." I love that. I like my dad really likes that aesthetic. So this time, like a month ago when I went to the UK, he really wanted a cowboy hat, like a real cowboy hat.
A 10-gallon hat.
Yeah, so I bought him a cowboy hat, and he wears it everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, it's like that one Korean pastor in Bournemouth going around wearing cowboy hat. That's my dad.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the U.S.?
Yeah. Unfortunately, not to the south. Just to the west coast areas, and then like California, Nevada, Colorado.
Really? My Colorado?
Wait, no, sorry, not Colorado. What's next to Utah, where the Grand Canyon is?
Oh, I think that's Arizona.
Oh, Arizona. Yeah, Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona,
Arizona.
New Mexico, Nevada. Yeah.
Yeah, so Arizona, Nevada, California. Yeah,
Nice. You like it? Whatever.
I loved it. I love it. Yeah, I actually love America.
Really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. I just love like the culture. Yeah.
Really?
Before like this whole like politics became everything.
Yeah, it's been bad the last like 5 years, last 10 years.
Before politics became everything, I thought America was such a beautiful and interesting country. Yeah.
Did you ever move there?
Before politics became everything, my dream was always like long-term dream was always immigrating to the US. Yeah.
And would we go with it too?
Anatole, because like eventually like if Anatole wants to make it big in the film industry,
I guess that would make sense.
it
Yeah,
would
like
make
some
sense
Hollywood
for
or
us to
something.
move there, right?
Yeah, that'd be cool if you guys directed like the next Avengers. Cool.
No, no,
No, not that basic. Some actual like art.
yeah, but like I love America. Like less so like the kind of innovative side that America likes to flaunt, but more like just more like the South.
Nice.
Kind
You
of.
should go to the South.
Yeah, like I love that kind of
Would you say Americans are nicer?
Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Sometimes it's like it's a bit like it takes me aback. Like when I go to the States, I always forget that Americans are by default like friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And so like when people will be like saying hello or like how you doing or like oh my god you're so like like complimenting a
it's
stranger
nice.
would compliment me, and I would immediately like if I haven't like taken my kind of UK hat off yet, I think that's an insult.
Really?
I'd be like, why is she talking to me? Like, what does she
okay.
want? Like,
Yeah.
but then I have to remember. Oh yeah, I'm in America.
It's
So I
their
have to. They actually like.
They care.
Yeah, they mean it. Like, even though they don't like really mean it, like you guys aren't like sincere about your
Yeah, I
compliments
think
or
for you it'd be
anything.
more because like everyone likes like a real foreigner,
Yeah.
like not just like how do I word it? Like a real foreigner. Like if I showed up, someone we go to Starbucks and they're like, "Oh, how's it going, sir?" I don't care.
Yeah.
But if they go, they're like, "Oh, wait, this lady's British. I wonder what her story is." Like there'd be a little more interest.
Oh yeah. And so I have to be like, oh yeah, I'm in America. They're actually being nice. Okay. Like I have to like remind myself. Yeah. Is it like when you guys are saying like when you guys like they're like you guys just like in passing to a stranger like how's it going or like how you doing, like do you expect like a actual answer or
Not really. I don't. If I get one, cool. Whatever. I'll start a conversation.
yeah
But not really.
yeah
I mean, like some people are definitely sincere for sure. Some people are like really extroverted like that. Or just talk to anybody. Like me, I'm like a Korean introvert, and so I'm completely okay in my own bubble, not talking to anybody all day, every day. But no, like, most people I think if we're to ask you on the street would probably be like legit for sure. Yeah, because even then, like talking to strangers can be still a little odd. But again, like if someone's willing to do that, then they probably do want to actually like, get to know you or sell you something or I don't know, do something for TikTok.
how about like a friend?
Like my friend on the street, like
Yeah, your friend.
Like I see you on the street,
Yeah,
and you're like, hey.
yeah, and you're like, how you doing? How you been? Like,
Oh
would you-
yeah, I'm sincere. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be sincere.
Yeah,
That's
of
the
course, I
difference
see.
in the UK. Even with a
Really?
friend, if like say we pass each other on the street, we're like, oh hey man, how have you been?
Yeah, I would lose it if I saw one of my friends just randomly in the wild.
Yeah,
Yeah, if I like was walking across Mesa here, the station here, and I got a friend that lives across Mesa, and I saw her randomly, I would lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd make a scene.
and then you'd be like, and then if you in the UK, if I asked you, oh how are you? Like what's going on? Like that. There is a rule.
Really?
You're not supposed to say how you really. You're not supposed to actually answer that.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
If I ask any of my friends, like, hey, how's it going, man? Especially like in the States after, not being there for like a year.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think I'm a little more sincere.
Yeah.
But even
Like you have to just be like, yes, it's all right. You.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so
Because
sad.
the moment that you say like, oh well, it's been a bit like it's been really like it's been a bit hard, and then you start like actually saying how you feel, you can see the eyes start drifting away. Like, all right,
Really?
yeah, because you're not
Interesting.
following the social rule of saying I'm alright. You, yeah.
Interesting. No, I never really think about that. If my friend asks me if I'm all right, and I'll answer honestly, like, yeah, I'm doing great, or no, I'm not doing great. And then that just leads to our next conversation. Like, even, like, I call, you know what Discord is, right? Discord? You ever
Discord,
hear that?
yeah.
Yeah, I Discord. My typical routine is, like, every morning, because all my friends back home are getting off of work, and then I'm waking up, and we'll hop on for a few hours, play games. But even then, like, if someone says, like, how's it going? I'm like, yeah, I'm just doing my thing. Like, I answer sincerely. Or I tell them, like, I'm not doing good. I'm, I don't know, I'm sad. I saw a bird. I don't know, something random. Like, yeah, it's sincere. Now, it's not to say it's the most serious thing, but no, it's like, it's caring. If I ask someone, like, what's up, and then I'm ready for any answer. Yeah, interesting. The UK is so cold.
Yeah, there needs to be like an intentional time and place set for you to talk about feelings. Anywhere outside of that, it's your oversharing.
Really? So if you saw me on the street and said, oh, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, even if I was having a really bad time, I would just be like, yeah, I'm okay.
Really? Well, that's heartless. Yeah, because if someone asks
Because
me,
I
and I'm
wouldn't
like,
want to burden you.
Yeah,
Like,
I
yeah,
can see
to
that,
me,
yeah.
like in the UK, that's like me not considering you.
I think that's like in the States. Now thinking about it, it's more toxic within guys. Because I think our generation is like hit or miss if like you're just normal and are willing to be open, or if you want to be like toxic and be like, oh, I'm fine when you're not. But even then, I think most guys I hang out with, my friends, are like open enough. But no, yeah, like if I saw you on the street and you said, how's it going? I'm like, my brother died last night. I'm going through it.
Obviously.
Yeah, it would be like it'd be pretty rough. Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. You gotta say that.
Yeah. But I wouldn't be like, yeah, I'm doing great as the tears falling down. No, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right, good to know. England is cold. All right.
No. Well.
What about like an old nice British lady? That's a stereotype, I think. That old British ladies are super nice and loving.
Oh, she's nice. But she won't be loving. Nice and polite is different.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll be nice and polite, but she won't be loving. Yeah.
Wait, break down loving for me.
Loving is like they are sincere and they're willing to be vulnerable with you and care about what's in your heart, right?
Yeah. I see that.
Old British ladies who are really sweet, they're nice, but it's all under the umbrella of being polite. It's an obligation. It's a social obligation.
Oh, it's not a character thing.
It's not a character. It's a social obligation. Well, obviously there are like character like it's mixed, right?
Everyone's
But
still different.
the general like overarching term under all of her sweetness and stuff is because she is a polite, well-mannered person, right? It's not because like you got just like see someone like, oh, they're nice. Maybe I can like use their shoulder to cry on. No. You need to intentionally establish that first. right? You can't just assume because it might, they might be just doing that because it's their social obligation. Yeah.